Two AI giants dropped new coding models on the exact same day, and this wasn't a coincidence. This is one of those moments where you can actually feel the competition heating up in real time because OpenAI and Anthropic are no longer just building models that write code. They're building AI agents that plan, execute, use tools, run commands, check results, and keep working until the job is done. Not assistants, digital teammates. Let's start with OpenAI because they came out swinging with GPT 5.3 Cadix, a model clearly designed for people who live inside code editors, terminals, and dev environments all day. According to OpenAI, GPT 5.3 Cadix runs about 25% faster for Cadix users. That speed boost matters a lot in agent workflows because the model isn't just generating text, it's reasoning through steps, invoking tools, executing commands, and iterating. Faster loops mean less waiting while multi-step tasks run. GPT 5.3 Cadix is already live across paid chat plans anywhere Cadix exists, inside the Cadix app, through the CLI, in IDE extensions, and on the web. API access is coming later, after additional safety controls. That alone tells you how OpenAI views this model. This isn't a lightweight upgrade. It's a higher capability system that needs a careful rollout. The model is built specifically for long, multi-step tasks. It can use external tools, interact with systems, and complete work end-to-end instead of stopping after one response. Inside the Cadix app, it gives frequent progress updates while it works. So instead of waiting for one big final output, you can jump in mid-process, ask questions, redirect the approach, and actively steer the solution while it's still unfolding. There's even a dedicated setting called follow-up behavior that enables more active collaboration. This is OpenAI leaning hard into the idea that Cadix is a collaborative agent, not a one-shot generator. Now let's talk numbers. OpenAI released a full benchmark table, starting with SWE Bench, which measures real-world, multi-language software engineering problem-solving. GPT 5.3 Cadix scored 56.8%. GPT 5.2 Cadix scored 56.4%, and GPT 5.2 came in at 55.6%. The gap looks small, but in benchmarks like this, even a single point can translate into noticeably better bug fixes and cleaner patches in real projects. Where the jump becomes obvious is Terminal Bench 2.0, which focuses on the skills a true coding agent needs: navigating directories, chaining commands, handling outputs, and using CLI tools. GPT 5.3 Cadix scored 77.3%. GPT 5.2 Cadix was at 64%, and GPT 5.2 at 62.2%. That's a massive leap, and it perfectly matches OpenAI's claim that this model is trained to live inside terminal-driven workflows. Then there's Osworld Verified, which measures desktop computer use with vision. GPT 5.3 Cadix scored 64.7%. GPT 5.2 Cadix was at 38.2%, and GPT 5.2 at 37.9%. OpenAI also included a human reference. Humans average around 72%. So GPT 5.3 Cadix is being positioned as a model that's getting uncomfortably close to human-level performance on basic desktop task completion. For economically valuable knowledge work, GPT 5.3 Cadix wins or ties 70.9% of the time on GDP-val evaluations. On cybersecurity capture-the-flag tasks, it scored 77.6%, compared to roughly 67% for earlier models. Because of that performance, OpenAI officially classified GPT 5.3 Cadix as its first high-capability cybersecurity model under its preparedness framework. That label automatically triggers extra safeguards and staged access. Alongside the release, OpenAI also announced a Trusted Access for Cyberpilot program, giving vetted security professionals controlled access to these stronger systems. Quick detour because this matters a lot for AI video creators. Higgsfield just rolled out Kling 3.0 directly inside its platform, bringing one of the most advanced AI video engines into a full production-style workflow. Higgsfield is built as a creator-first AI production hub. It's not just a prompt box. You move from concept to finished video in one pipeline. Inside that pipeline, Kling 3.0 runs as a native multimodal system. Scripts, images, references, and audio all work together. It supports multi-shot generation in a single run, smooth camera transitions, native dialogue with lip sync, strong character consistency, clean text rendering, and up to 15 seconds of continuous video per generation. If you're serious about AI filmmaking, this is absolutely worth checking out. Back to OpenAI. One of the most interesting details in the announcement is how GPT 5.3 Cadix was used internally. OpenAI said early versions of the model helped debug its own training runs. supported deployment, diagnosed evaluation results, and assisted with operational tasks like adapting test harnesses and scaling GPU clusters as traffic changed. In other words, the model wasn't just the final product. It was part of the toolchain that helped build and ship itself. On the hardware side, OpenAI revealed that GPT 5.3 Cadix was co-designed for, trained with, and served on NVIDIA GB200 NVL72 systems. That detail shows how tightly modern AI models are coupled with cutting-edge GPU infrastructure. This launch also connects directly to OpenAI's new Cadix desktop app, which is designed for managing multiple AI agents over long periods of time. According to OpenAI, more than 1 million developers used Cadix in the last month alone. Sam Altman summed it up perfectly when he said these systems don't run out of motivation. They just keep trying. That's exactly what debugging and large-scale refactoring demand. Now let's switch sides because Anthropic didn't wait long to respond. They launched Claude Opus for 0.6, and their focus shifts away from raw terminal execution toward long-context reasoning and coordinated AI agents. Claude Opus for 0.6 rolled out through GitHub Copilot for Pro, Pro Plus, Business, and Enterprise users. It's available in Visual Studio Code across chat, edit, ask, and agent modes, as well as on github.com, GitHub Mobile, and the GitHub CLI. Enterprise admins have to enable a new policy, so the rollout is intentionally controlled. The headline feature is a 1 million token context window. That means massive code bases, long design docs, and deep project histories can live inside a single context without losing critical information. Anthropic has been betting on long context reasoning for years, and this is that strategy pushed to the extreme. They also tackled the context drought problem on the MRC-RV to benchmark, which tests information retrieval from huge texts. Claude Opus for 0.6 scored 76%, compared to just 18.5% for the previous Sonnet model. Claude Opus for 0.6 can generate up to 128,000 tokens in a single response. The API introduces adaptive thinking, where the model decides when deeper reasoning is required, along with for effort levels so developers can balance speed, intelligence, and cost. There's also a context compaction tool in beta that summarizes older conversation segments to keep long-running tasks efficient. Anthropic also previewed agent teams inside Claude Code. Multiple AI agents can work in parallel on different parts of a project. One handles front-end, another back-end, another migrations, all coordinating like a small digital engineering team. On benchmarks, Anthropic claims Claude Opus for 0.6 tops terminal bench to 0.0 and leads frontier models on humanity's last exam on GDP-Val. They say it outperforms GPT 5 by roughly 140 for ELO points, meaning it wins about 70% of the time in economically valuable tasks. Enterprise traction is strong. Anthropic says Claude Code reached a $1 billion revenue run rate within 6 months. Companies like Uber, Salesforce, Accenture, Spotify, Snowflake, and others are already on board. Financially, Anthropic reportedly signed a term sheet for a $10 billion round at a $350 billion valuation. Safety remains central to their messaging, with low rates of harmful behavior and low over-refusals. The rivalry even spilled into marketing, with Anthropic planning Super Bowl ads joking that ads are coming to AI, but not to Claude. Sam Altman called the ads funny, but misleading. So here's the real question. When AI agents can handle full coding workflows inside terminals and ads, how fast do companies start shrinking engineering teams? Drop your take in the comments. If you enjoyed the breakdown, hit like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.